You call it kindness. They call it access. You think you're being generous. They think you're available. And one day, you wake up tired, frustrated, and quietly angry, wondering how helping everyone turned into feeling used by everyone. Here's the hard truth most people never tell you. Kindness without limits doesn't look like kindness to others. It looks like permission. If that makes you uncomfortable, good. Because this message might change how you see yourself and how others treat you. Let's start here. Being kind feels right. You help because it feels human. You give because you don't want to be selfish. You stay quiet because you don't want drama. And in the beginning, people appreciate you. They thank you. They praise you. They say things like, "You're so nice." But slowly, the tone changes. Requests turn into expectations. Favors turn into obligations. Your yes is no longer appreciated, it's assumed. And the worst part, when you finally hesitate, they look confused, even offended. This matters because most people who struggle with confidence, burnout, and resentment aren't weak. They're overgivers. They're people who confuse kindness with self-sacrifice. And that confusion is costing you more than you realize. First lesson. People don't see your intentions. They see your behavior. You might help because you care, but others don't see your heart. They see a pattern. If every time they ask, you say yes, their brain learns something simple. This person is easy to lean on, not because you're kind, but because you're predictable. Imagine a friend who always needs help moving. You cancel plans. You show up every time. After a while, they don't ask if you're free. They tell you when they need you. You didn't mean to teach that lesson, but consistency is a powerful teacher. People don't wake up deciding to use you. They slowly get comfortable doing it. Second lesson. Overkindness is often fear wearing a friendly mask. Be honest with yourself for a moment. Why do you say yes when you want to say no? Why do you avoid difficult conversations? Why do you explain yourself so much? Is it kindness or fear of disappointing people? Fear of being disliked? Fear of conflict? Many kind people aren't kind because they're strong. They're kind because they're scared. Scared of rejection. Scared of being seen as selfish. Scared of losing connection. So they give more. They tolerate more. They stay silent longer than they should. But silence doesn't keep the peace. It only delays the explosion. That resentment you feel, it's not because you're ungrateful. It's because you're ignoring your own limits. Third lesson. When you don't value your time, others won't either. Time is your most honest currency. Where you spend it shows what you believe you're worth. If you drop everything for everyone, your time looks cheap. Even if you're valuable, think about this. Do people respect what comes easily? Or what has boundaries? When you always reply instantly, always adjust your schedule, always make space, you teach people your life has no structure, and people respect structure. This doesn't mean becoming cold or distant. It means choosing when to give, not giving automatically. The moment you protect your time, something interesting happens. Some people get upset, some pull away. That's not loss. That's clarity. Fourth lesson. Kindness should be a choice, not a reflex. There is a huge difference. A choice means you pause. You check in with yourself. You decide. A reflex skips all of that. It's automatic, almost unconscious. Before you say yes, ask yourself one question. If I say no, what am I afraid will happen? That answer tells you everything. If the fear is guilt, rejection, or discomfort, you're not being kind. You're avoiding something. Real kindness includes honesty. It includes limits. It includes the courage to disappoint people sometimes. Because if you don't disappoint others, you'll keep disappointing yourself. And that's a much heavier price. Here's the takeaway. Kindness is powerful, but only when it's backed by self-respect. When you give without boundaries, People don't see your generosity. They see opportunity. You don't need to harden your heart. You need to strengthen your spine. Say no without explaining your entire life story. Pause before agreeing. Let people feel your limits. Because the right people won't leave when you stop overgiving. They'll adjust. And the ones who disappear, they were never there for you, only for what you provided. Now it's your turn. Have you ever realized too late that your kindness was being taken for granted? What did it teach you? Share your experience in the comments. Someone reading it might finally feel understood. If this message hit home, like the video, subscribe for more psychology and self-growth content like this. And remember this, being kind is good, but protecting yourself is necessary. You're allowed to do both.